Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of your favorite podcast, Wole Wole Today. I am your host, Sanitarian Jimoh. So today we're going to be continuing with our episodes on the journey. Last time we had a sanitarian come up to tell us about his journey in the presence of Sanitarian Yusuf Kudus Olayori. Today I am bringing another person to actually tell us his own journey. Bringing different people together to tell us about their journey would actually give us a wider vision to know how to cope with what we are actually in, to know how to vision board on where we are going to tell us and encourage us on our own journey, irrespective of the College of Health and the sector we are working in. So please, I would like him to introduce himself by himself. So please, can you please introduce yourself to the house?
Good morning. I'm Sanitarian Jimoh Afeez. I hail from College of Health, Yaba, 2011, and by direct entry to Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, for my BSc as environmental toxicologist. So glad to be here.
Thank you so much for having to take out of your time to join us today. So we're just going to be talking about some things, and we want our listeners to actually be encouraged in their journeys, because some people are at the verge of giving up in their career as an health officer. They feel like there's nothing there, like they don't have a goal, they don't have the zeal to move on. So this is just bringing different people, different sanitarians together to tell us their journeys and make us see what they saw. So giving us a graphic picture of what they did in their life, what they did before they became a sanitarian. So we would like you to tell us your journey, how you became an health officer. So I just want to ask a quick question. Were you forced to be an health officer, or jammed you, or you just entered the school and just picked the form? So which one of it was it?
Everybody will always have story to tell. Right from time, the environment I live, I don't think I have not seen sanitarian for once. I live in a slum, swampy area, so maybe that could be a challenge for them to enter the integrity of the area. So it's just that I have a goal to pursue to go to university. I've always been someone who has internal desire, the burning goal. I've always born nightmare oil. When you talk about my secondary school days, it has always been struggling for academics. So be the carcass I moved with. So but along the line, jump.
So sorry. So the cocoa is now it's like Jam is jamming so many people to actually go into this, because Jam has done a lot of things in people's lives. Because I know someone that was saying they wrote Jam 4 times, 5 times. I was praying earnestly like, Lord, I don't want to write this Jam, because the way Jam has been jamming people, if you're not careful, you will lose yourself and feel like you're going to fail Jam. Which Jam jammed me quite all right. So many people jam. So please, let's hear your Jam story from there.
After my secondary school, with the crop of students we are pushing the academic career together, we all have to apply for JAM. Really, I was once a tutorial teacher, so I was on the track. Right? So my first JAM, I had 202 or there.
First JAM, you know Buko.
That was my first JAM.
You know Buko.
So it's because of the environment I find myself in. We have always been aspiring after secondary school that we're going to university. So due to a little tutorial I had them tutorial classes, so I don't want to rest in my onions. I have to take JAM. Let's see how it goes. So my first JAM was 204, 202, as I said. I could remember. So, and I think that was, I took second time. It was, I think twice. That was the maximum number of times. So twice. So I was pursuing um, microbiology because I know it's far away from medicine.
How come you did not choose medicine? Is it that your daddy and mommy did not tell you they want to become daddy doctor, mommy doctor?
Really, it has always been dream of science students that if I'm not doing engineering, I shouldn't.
Even before the science student thing, see, your parents will tell me, my parents tell me, if I just coach medicine, show you too much shit. Like, if you finish, you're going to get job. Doctors find job easily, and I don't think that's how it is. Some doctors don't get jobs, and some are actually underpaid. So this idea of, it's always three things in African house: doctor, engineer, and lawyer. See those three? If you are not within those three, your destiny has just been stopped. So it was always, I want to be a doctor. I mean, too, when they asked what you want to be, I want to be a doctor. Then my mom was like, you go for. I was like, is there anything more to it? And I didn't even look. For me, I felt I'm not this doctor person. I don't have the look of a doctor. I don't think my mind can phantom being in a medical school, because even me, I don't think so. For me, I think I had to let go, because I did my first jam was for Unilag. They said choose Unilag, medicine and surgery. I got 191 for jam score. That was my first jam. Then the second jam, I got 241, and I didn't use it. So see how funny it is. So please continue your
anyway
story.
Because of my background, my mom as a businesswoman, dad works in a company as carpentry. Let me put that. So and due to the family background, it's not something that they want to choose for you to be this, to be that. So I know maybe because of the kind of education, let me say, the literacy level, like my children should go to school. So you just want it to be something great in life. So, and they don't mind whatever I need to support me. So even if my primary school day was so woeful, I pick up in GS class, which is GS class. So, and by the time I finish my GS3, getting to SS, the crop of people we work together in GS class were my motivators. So, and we start picking from there. So, by the time I get to SS1, I was trying my best to push the limit of my academic career.
I just want to step in. There's something you said that really made sense to me. Like the kind of people you worked with. There's something about working with people. The kind of people you work with tend to give you a mindset and also help you to become who you are. You cannot be working with a drunkard and not expect to be drunk. So I think this part, I had to bring it out so that people listening will understand that the kind of people you work with, they can make or mar your life.
Exactly.
It's very, very. How can you work with somebody that is very intelligent and you're not motivated? You're seeing this person read, but you're just walking up and down. And when you come to their own place, they are reading. But one day you should be motivated. God, please, sir, what are you reading? I want to read. From there, picking interest. Even if you cannot start with something academic, you can start with something like a novel, because it will brushing up your thinking. And there's a way you can actually picture places you've not been to. You might not have left your village, but when they talk about this place, there's a way pictures come together. So they begin to form. Then you start thinking about the bridge, water flying over the bridge and things like that. So what I'm trying to bring up from this point is the kind of people you work with has an effect in your life, directly or indirectly. That's why even our parents will tell us when you're going to school. More like know the kind of house you are coming from, know who you get. No, do not keep bad company. Know the kind of people you are following. So I think this should actually encourage people that please look for the right association, because directly or indirectly it will affect your life.
Yes, let me just chip in a little on that line, because I've told you the environment, the picture. So I was single-handedly raised within a slum environment. So, and I've told you that the parents are like just go to school.
Yeah.
I want you to become
somebody.
So when the second primary school was so woeful, it has to do with the kind of clothes we wear, the kind of child go to school. So pash I like. So after the whole of primary school, where I hardly find to read, the other neighbors who I could see are going to private schools. So they speak English. So imagine the kind of way we feel if you see contemporary speaking English fluently. So we got challenged there. But be as it may, we are unable to get the right footing at that primary school. So immediately I got to junior secondary school. The head boy of my primary school, all right, we met there. Like, Abdurrahman, okay. So that's everything. Muslim. So by the first term, then
you were going to say first semester.
Yes. By the first term, the people I sat with, they are serious, unscrupulous elements.
Jeez.
They drop bag, play around. In fact, after the closing hour, there used to be mole. We'll take a distance journey to go and eat rice and ora. So, so all those kind of life. So by that first time, I was like, am I going to continue with this set of people? Initially, I've seen my head boy was sitting, forming a caucus with those that are good in the class. I just have to dump those who I'm sitting with and carry my bag and move.
I can't imagine how those ones will feel like. What do you feel like? I feel like what?
I just say, look, I can't continue like this. Coupled with the challenge of the one I said, when they speak English because they are going to private school and they speak English, we're like,
you don't know what they're saying. Wow.
Let me click with someone I know, my head boy. So I got a space with them.
Thank God I even got a space. Imagine if there was no space.
They welcomed me.
Space.
They welcomed me. So okay. So how I see them reading, and the guy, they are very good. Sound. They read Yoruba storybooks. They read novels, and they are well read. So by at that time, at that junior, I'm talking about that junior class. Yeah. So I listen to them. They read book. I listen the soft questions, and begin to ask me, what are you going to teach us?
Plenty.
Okay. Well, don't worry. Since this carcass, you take us mathematics, you will take us this, you will take us that. So I was like, what am I going to start from? What am I going to do? This is a challenge. So okay, let me just. They encourage me that anything, if it is biology, I think interscience, because that time is interscience. So just come up with something tomorrow to take us. Since you have been listening, at least you've seen how Steven, how easy Inwago, and how okay, I said no problem. From there, I started building courage. I got home, they read one or two things. Following day, come. I said that's good. So that's good. And you can do better. So, but they are far read, and they are, some of them coming from private schools. So that carcass, so we're just moving. So that's how we started moving, and we're the best in the class. By the time I got to GS2, the confidence is there, and I could read vastly. Because back home, I told you where I come from.
Yes.
So the only thing I could do there is to go and buy candle to read. We don't have light.
Wow.
So I go to Ikoto market, buy candle, pack. So I burn night meat on.
Oh my God, wow, that's really amazing.
Right, night meat on. So by the time we got to GS3, man, they too were looking at me. Wow, this guy on the aspect of calculation, because it is calculation I could easily pick. faster enough.
I can't imagine calculation. Calculations are not friendly.
And then I was being helped by my mother because I do sell for her. I go to sell to walk around skin and pomo, so the little change here and there. So I started picking. So I could easily pick calculation faster.
You were into the calculation business already. So it was easy for you.
So even the caucus, they started looking at, wow, this guy is coming up better. So on the aspect of calculation, they will say, Afeez, teach us this, teach us. So, and I could remember then, my senior brother, I lived with him for a while. There was one brother there. He sat me down and began to teach me graphs, to plot graphs, to do some calculation, simultaneous equation, like of things like that. So by the time we resumed for the next another time
you
again,
had something to teach.
You
had a lot
to just
simultaneous. No, you had a lot.
So the guy was talking about my head boy, who they read novel and learn. So they give it to me when it comes to so I started taking the mathematics and some other little things. So by the time we finished GS class, going back to secondary school, I'm already prepared. And at that time, I begin to develop interest in sciences.
Yes.
And when you want to cross over to a senior secondary school, you begin to, are you going to science?
Are you going to commercial?
So
art.
I can't say I want to go to art because I'm not too good at it.
I think we just had three.
Three: commercial, art, and science.
Yes.
So by then, I begin to develop, since I've built myself along the line of calculation. And so, look.
You could still end up going for commercial since it was calculation. You can do accounting.
Okay.
So,
yes, let's say couple with the science and like of thing that I got picked from the group, and I begin to develop interest. I say, okay, I think it's better for me to go to science class. So then we all departed because by the policy of the government, then we have to be moved from junior secondary school to senior secondary school, they have to join different secondary schools, senior secondary school together, junior together. So that moved us from our base, and it's I would say we're thinking our base will help us, because then at the secondary GS3 we have some seniors who we are looking for as our mentor, and the school is equipped with facilities so large enough that even if you are science, you have laboratory, we have if you are arts, we have drama group and so on. So we'll be looking forward to inherit those facilities. So the storm just come and it go and took us off.
Okay, what I'm trying to get now is, when you finish GS3, you're moving to SS1. The SS1 year you're moving to will not be in that same school.
Yes.
It will be in another school. Another person from another school, junior school, will come and do senior. So that actually makes sense. If it is still done like that, it's really good, because it will cause relations.
The senior aspect of our junior school was collapsed. So it was meant to receive juniors from other school. Why any designation picked for senior secondary school? Every other schools that to run senior secondary will come and domicile. At least 3 schools were merged together. So we find ourselves in a place where no facility like the way where
you're coming from.
So I get what I'm saying. We now begin to look at ourselves. They've labeled our school as thuggery and like of things.
Every school has something they will label.
Yes. So we're like, so let's do our best here. Despite this look like poetry, but at least
I'm sure it does not look like poetry anymore now.
Anyway, it's
Much more better.
Much more better.
So that means, wait, was there a way where when you guys were done with, like, the way they shared you guys, were you able to still come together? Maybe, like, you know that we can be in the same area, like in the same street, but our schools are different. So when we now come back, whatever that the things that happen, you know, that kind of thing where we gather that, this was what happened in my school. From there, were you guys still together?
Yes. Yes. Even up to now.
Wow.
The one of the head boy I mentioned, immediately when the policy of the government comes, they move to private school. But they come to visit us where we are because of the relationship we've had.
Yeah, the bond.
So the few ones we are able to still gather ourselves, we find ourselves at different classes. By the time I got to my own class, I think there's 1B, I think I met Ojegbili. We came from the same secondary school, but we're not caucus then. He too got transformed. How? He has been a guy that he play ball. He doesn't mingle with us then. But the brothers who are in universities, like, this guy has to change. Within the period of changing from that junior secondary school to senior secondary school, they were able to encapsulate him and put substance in his head.
Nice.
So by the time we met together, I was like, Ojegbili that used to play ball around, that used to look at us as killer later, she don't get that all car with me. You know, I became that everybody. The guy become a very cool, gentle guy. And as a matter of fact, we were now going to sing tutorial. So, and we motivated, challenge. So by that SS1, I started teaching my class. In fact, the issue of the graphs I'm talking about, it became new to them. So, and coupled with the tutorial we're going, those that come to take our tutorial, that SS1, teachers, I would say teachers then, are coming from university to teach us chemistry, to teach us physics, further mathematics. We got exposed in the tutorial. So when we come to class, it's like, government school, sorry to say, because of the decadence of the academic stuff, teacher will barely come to class. Our geography teacher will drop all what we need for the whole time.
Wow, drop it.
To write. So it might take like 3 weeks to write it, and everybody must write.
So you didn't come, the teacher didn't come to explain?
When it is getting to exam time, maybe 2 weeks, that's when you come to rush up whatever he has.
Well, I think it's getting better now. Government has really, really stepped up things, and even those that want to feel reluctant and lazy.
I'm talking about 2000. That time, technology is just, let me say, is just arriving, and it's not that intense now. Where if any teacher,
you can always Google it.
You can always send wherever. So as at then, even when we have any assignment to do, we go to cyber cafe. So we just get
cyber cafe, 20 minutes, 30 minutes,
30 buy time, buy this. 450. So it was even when I got to SS3, that's when I started going to cyber cafe. So almost all reading is a book. Buy books.
Then cyber cafes, they made money then.
Yes. And then I don't mind, I may not eat, but to buy textbook, that's it. I don't bother clothes. Whatever I have, I manage.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying? But I'm giving my mother, she's a trader, so whatever we realize, she entrusts everything on me. The vaccine that left, she definitely knows I'm going to buy textbook.
Hey, God, that's really nice. That was really good.
Imagine for a subject I can have like 4 to 3 textbooks. We review textbook.
Please, is it? You are not a Wikipedia. You are not.
We review textbook.
Hey God,
Seriously.
when students is reviewing textbook, not
Yes.
even teachers, the students reviewing.
Do you know along the line?
Wow.
That SS1, the tutorial, the way we are being tutored, the teachers, the way they really groom us. Then we used to use over syllabus, this and that. When we're in the class, whatever the teacher wants, just teach what you want to teach. I mean, in the school now, not tutorial. Just teach what you want to teach and go. No matter how difficult questions are, by the time it is put on the board, come and answer. We'll just. So once you point to us, the question will get solution, and we're going to.
But you just you just want this thing of point at me, then I'll come and show you. I don't need to stand up. I don't need to make noise. Just point. Let me show you what I can do.
In fact, it got to a time that I have a mathematics teacher. The new mathematics textbook, one of the textbooks. I told that we have like 3 to 4 textbooks.
Yeah.
We reviewed one. There was an error in that textbook, and the mathematics teacher came on board. It's a theorem. Put it on board.
Okay.
So because she copied the example was not properly done on the theorem he put on the board, and the whole class were like, yeah, good. Teachers, okay, come and solve this. Called one person. By the time he got to did it, but no food, stupid. And the teacher was like, "You are right." And at that point, sorry, man, excuse me, he's wrong.
Hey, God.
The teacher was like, come and prove.
Come and prove. Shebi is wrong. Come and prove. And I'm sure he was saying it like, come and prove, like, Joe, you are trying to say you know more than your teacher. Oh yeah, go.
Do you know that when I proved the theorem, when I solved the question, the woman was marvel.
Wow.
That's what he has been carrying for so long. Even after my secondary school, do you know that we still meet? And the teacher, she said, "Wow, how are you? How is everything?"
Sorry, let me quickly chip in this. Recently, I don't know, maybe you saw this video that came up of Reverend Sam Adeyemi. He said he was speaking to the people, and he said the eagle is the highest flying bird, the bird that flies highest. So he said it with confidence, that's what we'll be hearing. Like eagle is the highest,
move
very high, and all of that. So he now said, somebody texted his wife and said, it's not that I want to be correcting pastor in the church. It's not in my position. But the eagle is not the highest, it's not the bird that flies highest and all of that. He said while she was reading it out, he went to Google and went to go ask Google, like, I beg, come as. He found out that even the eagle from 1 to 10, eagle is not there. So, you know that kind of thing. He said he came back to apologize to the church. I said, I'm really sorry, this is what happened and all that. Imagine if it was someone that had this pride of, how can you tell me I'm wrong? How dare you tell me I'm wrong? Because mistakes are bound to happen and things are being reviewed every day. Just because it's coming from a younger person, you feel like it's a dent on your ego. But we're trying, the world revolves and we need one another. That's just the fact.
Exactly.
We need but people feel you cannot correct.
I'm very sure that the teacher was like, thank God that it's even my student that correct. What if it's international stuff?
You are just assuming, But some teachers will tell you, you are telling me that you know more than I do. What kind of you know what? At that time, you might actually fail your test.
Do you know what my class teacher used to do? When it has happened that one day, someone from private school came to visit her, and she was having class with us. It was under electrolysis, like chemistry.
That's chemistry.
So when the man came in, he was like, "Oh, this set of people that are you sure they understand what you are teaching them?"
Government school. The way people look at government school,
that's nothing.
Exactly, because we don't see what is showing. When you see them on the street, you would definitely know a government school student.
Yes, of
course. From
course.
their dressing and everything. So, it's only the few ones that they manage to clean themselves up very well. So
Exactly.
don't blame us, please.
That's the point, really.
Don't blame us.
When the man came in, I was like, are you sure they understand all these things you are teaching them? Our teacher was like, ask them questions.
Oh my God.
So he stepped in, asking question on electrolysis, like the one on the board, and how does it conduct? The first question he asked, the whole class was silent, and because of the kind of student we are, the carcass form, we don't show. She get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Except when the time comes. But like the first question passed.
Until the day of appearance. Do not bring yourself out until the day of appearance.
The first question, like, so this man will come. He's not going to only rubbish the teacher. He's going to rubbish we student.
So you guys have to come to the rescue.
Just by the time he threw the next question, I was the first person to raise my hand. When I answered the question, the one was, oh, that's fantastic. A round of applause for him. Another question, a guy that we pick up, the man said, oh, it's okay. I'm good with
this. I'm good with this. Wow.
Your students are good. Wow. Our teacher was so happy. We made her proud. So anytime she's teaching us, and she puts a very difficult question on the board, because she knows that we will not forward. Olori Sunday, the day bossy by question for me. That was when I will come up. Those that were carcass in the class that will go to sing tutorial, that we know that we've passed through only for us to come to class and come and listen.
And just listen.
And when it comes to exam, we used to do unified exam.
Okay. Yes.
So unified exam. Believe me, you know it's not our school that going to mark it.
Yes.
Our carcass, we score 60-60.
Wow.
58 over 60, 55 over 60. We will not go lesser than 40 something.
Okay.
Gee, I get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that is when the school will know that I want only even the class year will only one pass exam.
Okay.
You get. So
please, can you interpret that because of people that might not understand?
Yes. It means that we've really done a very much work at the SS1, SS2. So we are at that time, when we say over syllabus, we know we have gone beyond what is in. So we only just listen that let's exam come, let's show off and let our teachers know that wow. And then let's take WAHEC and just leave the school open for them. So at that time, we are even at SS2, some of I have a guy that have gone ahead because of the way they are wealthy, right? Has gone ahead to take Polytechnic, JAMB, and by the time she got to SS2, at SS2 while we are still in school, are you get what I'm saying?
Yes, with you.
He has already processed all it needs to be at the university. So by the time we got to SS3, he just come to visit us.
Okay.
So that was secondary school has been the basis. We had a very strong foundation and eye opener for the.
From your secondary school, that means by looking at it, you shouldn't even actually think about going to College of Health. Of all places to be, College of Health in quotes. How did the journey of College of Health start?
Okay. By the time I was at SS3, hoping that my just finish exam, get going, I lost my mom. So that has been the backbone of my financial. So by the time I finished, I started looking at what am I going to do for living, because this is my daddy's hold. So let me put into.
Were you the only child?
I wasn't. But from me downward, it seems I look like firstborn, because the distance between me and my elder one is so large that they have married.
Wow.
So they are building their family So I was like, what can I do to fetch money? So I started teaching him. So along the line, I taught a guy. He happened to be a friend. He was going to private school. So he didn't make mathematics. So I have to tutor him. So I put him for GC.
Okay.
So he made his paper along the line. Thank God. So the mother was like, the mother has obtained form, School of Health form for him and the sister, the elder sister.
Okay.
So it was the guy that said, my mommy purchased form for us to further our studies at School of Health. So if you are interested, can you just bring 3,000 naira? I give it to her. She purchased the form. I said, okay. So already, and I've done JAMB, expecting to go to university since that was the intention. So I just give out that money to buy form. The filling of the form and everything, submission was done by them.
How did you know your details? Well,
I gave the detail.
Okay.
So I stayed at Ikoton, but she has to submit the forms filled at Yaba. So she was the one that went there to submit the form. She's only giving information that when the exam is approaching, or when we are going to take exam, we'll all move together with the children. So I submitted the and when
so that means you didn't even plan for college.
I was the JAMB score I had. I took I fill in Unilag. Sorry to say, second choice. My intention was to go to LASU, so I chose LASU as first choice. But unfortunately, they had the post-UTME during strike. So I already knew that I've lost going to university that year.
Why?
Because it is an aberration to choose.
Why can't people choose Unilag as the second choice?
At that time,
I know Unilag likes to be the first choice.
Yes.
They like to, but you are still part of a choice.
Yes.
I feel like they should allow second choice. No. But I feel like the first choice shows them.
Know that a lot of people have chosen them for that particular course for first choice.
Okay.
So, and if by statistics they have to absorb, let's say 100, and already you are having like 150 for first choice. As a matter of fact, they are not going to be through yet with the first choice. So considering you as second choice, even a prestigious university, the is very slim. So by then I was like, the first choice is gone since they've done it.
Yes.
I intensify efforts to do well in the exam for the School of Health, and as God may have it, I was even the first, number one on the list.
On the list?
Yes, for the exam. I was number one. I got to check my score. I got 75 later when I was in school. When we went out, and I went to exam. But then the pasted list, I was number one. So during the interview, coincides with when we are going to have post-UTME with Unilag.
Okay.
So I have to choose. Should I go for interview? Or
I should go to
post-UTME because it's actually the same time. So yes, actually the same time. I'm like, okay, I can't run here and there.
So you have to choose one.
So let me choose. Since I know that even going to Unilag to do post-UTME might go down the drain. So just took my time to do so. And the interview was because the list on 1 to 5 had to be put to the top management interview. Top management. There's management,
there's not top again.
Yes. When we say top management interview, it has to do with the director of the school being there, provost, and then Dr. Udo was provost then, but we use director then. Then our HOD, Mrs. Olani Pekun, and 2-3 other top officials that head departments, because several departments so we were the one at the interview panel. I think there are 2 different interview panels. So 1 to 5 you have to go to those top interview panel. Why the another set of people have to go? So why those one are being interviewed with just 5 minutes. We are still within 15 minutes.
Wow.
Thorough scrutinizing us. I get what I'm saying. So I scaled through. I think I was number 8 in the list. So that's how I got to School of Health. I just thank God. I have to be grateful. I have to thank God that at least let me see what this
is doing. Did you okay? That means you enjoyed the journey. You enjoyed.
But unfortunately,
class.
Sorry, I said you were 3 that went for the exam.
Yes.
The woman that eventually picked one for me, 2 children. So unfortunately, the 2 of them lost.
They lost. They didn't make it.
So
that's really amazing, because you know how painful it would be. Like,
yeah, it was.
I bought for my children, and my children didn't enter. Someone from
the woman eventually cried.
Wow.
That day, because especially one of the children, which is a lady, she has been trying all her best to let her go to tertiary. So she thought that could be the final for her. So, but thank God.
It's going to be painful. It will really be painful, especially when an outsider. Like,
I was asked a question. Do you know anyone? I said, look, you are the one that do it. Even your task clearer, or you were doing that submitted.
Imagine somebody asking, "Do you know anyone?" You that they said you should come and buy from me, and they're asking you, "Do you know anyone?" It's so weird. So in school we had struggles of. There were days where, for me now, after crossing over, there were days where when I was in Lagos at home, there was nothing about food. It was just to get home. There was food at home because you were staying with parents. So moving over there was no parent anywhere. There were days where there was no food, there was no water. We had to. So was it seamless for you? Because some people feel like at the face of struggle, people want to give up. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I got your point. God. It was something that caused me to cry bitterly at the end, at the final exam. When I finished my final exam, I cried. And a friend who happened to be somebody who knows my struggle, she pet me. She prayed for me, because when I take a flashback of how the 4 years went, it wasn't something I could imagine. Because School of Health then, I don't know for now, the one at Yaba, there was no hostel, no accommodation.
There's no hostel there.
So
they used to call it advanced secondary school. We could see the 4 walls of the school. So
we sleep in classes, and then to feed. As a matter of fact, it was very, very difficult, because by the evening time, when we need to, in the morning time, that we go to canteen to at least for breakfast, whatever we are able to afford.
Yeah, we had canteen. Canteen.
By the evening, when the whole school activities is over, we need to really hide to get stove to cook, to do some petty things. Like, that's how everybody does. So, but as for me, immediately I gained admission, and I said I lost my mommy, who is financial backbone. The father is weak and feeble, which is older. It's like you are the one that send yourself to school.
Can imagine.
So imagine how that would be. And I'm a very, very shy type. So sometimes
you will sleep with hunger. You cannot ask someone, sorry, please, can I have one plate?
I have a friend who at least tried a little. Festus.
Mr. Festus Dada.
So
wow.
He has a girlfriend then. Yeah. So he has a girlfriend, and the girlfriend they were close par.
Okay.
So they could do cooking, right? And okay, let's manage this here to sleep by rolling up. So I managed with them for a very short time. So within the time I manage with them, whatever they do cooking, they can give me
They'll
food to
spare
eat.
you out of it.
Yes.
Wow.
Despite the fact that I'm shy, at least they still give me something.
Wow.
So, but it has got to a point whereby if I eat in the morning, it might be the following morning before I eat.
Yeah, so it was 100.
Yes.
Sure, one has to be in between
In
everything.
fact,
If you
even the
have one,
shoes,
yeah.
even shoes, I got a shoe there, like a boot. It was given by Festus.
Oh, wow,
So-
wow.
So
See, having friends that are really there also. That's what we're talking about, association and the people you work with.
So, what else again is okay? We've talked about food, sleeping, managing food. So, in terms of clothes, I'm so glad that we are all uniform personnel. So we use uniform.
I can wear your shirt.
So if I put on uniform, I put on uniform. The others, we are all the same.
Yeah.
I didn't mean like university where we need to
wear
put
different
on
clothes.
As a matter of fact, I only have one clothes, one pair mufti. But the uniform is what we put on almost every time.
Yes.
So when it gets to evening time, I have to wash, flap.
Yeah.
It has to dry the following day. That's what I put
Wash
on
and
again. Wash and wear. So,
Yeah.
so we
Wow.
start moving. We start. That's how we start moving. So on the academic aspect of it, because I've had a very strong foundation.
Wow.
God is so massive.
Wow. Wow.
God
That's
is
a
so
really, really interesting journey because people feel like you are going to go through. It's like everything we go through, there's no stress and all of that. Because even for gold to become gold, he had to go through fire. So for you to actually go to the end of a thing, you will go through struggles and hurdles. But we feel like, I think they don't prepare our minds up from secondary school. Like, see where you're going to, because people feel like you know that moment where you feel like I can't wait to finish secondary school. When you don't get into a tertiary student, I can't wait to finish. You say you can't wait to finish. When you get to a job, I can't wait to retire. When you now retire again, what now remains? Some people will say I can't wait.
Back.
So it's always like that. People don't understand that there's always a point of adversary. I always say adversary for you to cross to the other side of it.
Yes,
it's not about adversaries will come, just like I said on the last episode. Adversaries will come. It's just for the grace of God. Keep asking for the grace of God to overcome them. Because anything at the sight of struggle, we tend to withdraw, like I'm not doing it again. But it's your doing that even gives you more energy to.
I've told you that I've been self-motivated. The burning desire. So I look at that environment as if I'm still in secondary school where we struggle to read, to learn.
It was a secondary school, advanced
secondary school. So when we talk about academics, because of the background, I was pushing it and I was making way. Because then, since I born night made oil, I still believe that I still struggle. So I read like Jackie, one library to another, study this. And at the same time, how do I get money? Since
imagine the two together.
So I have to engage myself in teaching. But the teaching now was the one I was doing before I entered. So I was taking little children private lessons. Because before I left to School of Health, I was teaching primary school. Then when I left, the ones I gathered for home teaching, I continued. And then the fee was too low. But I just say I have to engage myself in doing something. Because imagine me moving from Yaba to Ikotun, flying bikes because of ethic traffic, and imagine a child paying 1,000 naira.
That one has covered your. And is that monthly?
That's monthly.
1K, 1,000 naira.
So I have one of the parents that pay for 5,000 naira. So one like 1,000 there. So by and large, by the time I remove transportation and life of
Yes,
things,
it's really nothing left.
yes, really nothing. And I have two of the parents were understanding. They'll say instead of you coming as agreed Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can decide to come once. Then if over the weekend you can just do a kind of patch up. But we all understand that
Yes.
where you are coming from is far. So but it wasn't easy because of the stress. And at first semester, oh my God, I was struck with stress challenge. It reads in me. Imagine being in the class, lecturer is teaching, and my eyes is closed.
Wow.
But my mind is in the class what they're teaching. So I couldn't control eye opening, but concentration is there.
Okay.
But the lecturer at the time, lecturer will say, "Well, why are you sleeping in my class?" I'm not sleeping, sir. I'm so sorry. You are sleeping. No, I'm not sleeping. Okay, what was my last statement? I will repeat it. Answer the question. I will answer it. Oh God. Okay, be on your feet then. Stand up because your eyes was closed. That was why I said you are asleep. While still on standing, my eyes will still be closed. So I find it difficult to control the closing of the eyes. Sure, I get what I'm saying. But activities in the class. So my colleague will say Afeez has read over the night because they believe I read. Check. At the first semester exam, I read 25 hours, not 24 hours.
25 hours.
Imagine they were in the class in school, we're reading. When it gets to evening time, we're all sat down, start reading, and they're sleeping. They wake up, some reading, they're kilo day. It was challenging, but it was challenging.
I must really say it was really challenging because even reading 3 hours is grace of God. 1 hour itself is grace of God.
Later I had a health issue. It has to do with boys, all my body. We had no money to take care of myself, and I got some good people around me who assisted. Like my HOD will refer me to medical center,
Abbey Road,
giving me a note so they could quickly attend to me. And when I got there, I met a very kind woman too. Anytime I get there, she takes me to the hospital, to the doctor. So I was managing health, joint pain, and some other thing all throughout. But the focus was there that no, I have to give the best. At the time I dropped towards the second semester. My GP dropped because I started with 3 something. So it was dropping. At the time, 300 level dropped to but along at that time, I got an EPA, a lady who is a nurse, and she was able to at least assisted me in my health issue. I sprang up again and got back to my that was all. So
this is a lot. This is a lot, and I hope people that are listening, for especially those that are in school, they can really understand that these things they're not bed of roses. Life has its own struggles. It has its own mountain you have to climb, and if you don't go through that process, you will never have a solid stand. And that's just how it is. So I hope this actually boosted someone's motivation to keep pushing, because some people are already at the verge of giving up and saying, well, I'm not doing this again. And as I've said in the last episode, I said some people would start together, will not finish. 1, people might have said, okay, let me move to the university. 2, we lost people on the way. 3, they might just go out of it. But what I said was, you have to make sure that you have to be part of those people that finish.
Yes, I will also say, please, if I've given up, I won't end up at my ambition. Initially I said university. So despite the fact the struggle was tough, and I have a vision that this is where I'm going. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
And just with all the challenges, the head, everything, I still keep pushing. And one thing is, I was so prayerful, so close to my God.
a very
So,
important part
in
too.
fact, I, I assessed myself. I look at presently. I assess myself. I look at, can I be as closer to God like the way then? Can I? Because God is so faithful that when I'm having a very terrible down and there's time for a test, that internal desire will come and I will do well in the test. And when you talk about the exam, I will do well in the exams. So, and in the long run, coming out with upper again has helped me to move to university. I did direct entry to university, and I went for environmental management and psychology. And at that time, money, I think I was so okay, and so I could just rely on my strength, and I got a very good grade as well there. So, but School of Health still the basis that shaped me that at least
you're able to go through that one since you already have an experience. So this has been an amazing time, and this has been a really amazing time. I am really grateful for you honoring the invite to share your story, and I really hope this would actually give somebody the kind of inspiration they need to move on. Thank you so much for joining us on this episode. Thank you so much. And to everyone that was mentioned, please, we honor you. We send our love to you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for the support from the teachers to the friends.
And don't let me forget my friend Ibrahim Olayiwola. We met 400 level. It was so nice. So, and up till now, in fact, my tertiary, which is actually the university, if I'm to give an award, I will present it to him.
Wow.
Up to this moment, I'm saying, it has been a wonderful
I know you guys
friend.
work together.
It has been a wonderful friend. He has done what even my parents, what my family could not able to do.
So special shout out to Sanitarian Jimoh. Thank you so much for helping this man to be who he is today. Thank you everyone for always listening. Thank you so much. We'll bring to you another episode. So please enjoy this one and wait for the next one. Promise me you always come with a glass of water, coffee, or something to keep you, and you all also must not choke on them. Till we meet next episode. Thank you very much. Adios. Bye.